go. Hello, YouTube. I am Bruna and I'm the hostess today. Today we're talking about Netiquette, which means like the etiquette in the online world. This is Talk and Talk, a platform that we come to communicate in English, Italian, Spanish, and French. This is a safe place. It's not a class, just a conversation. So this means we're going to speak in English 100% of the time. If you want to take a look at our classes, you can go to our website, talkandtalk.com.br, and find more information there. There are 9 of us here, so I'm going to split us in 2 rooms. Please, in the breakout room, choose someone to read the questions and lead the room. Don't forget not to talk too much so that everybody can have the chance to talk a little bit. Okay? Please, before you start talking, don't forget to introduce yourself too. Share where you are from, your name. If you are with people you already know, you can say something else about you. What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? You choose, okay? You can talk about anything you want. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna split us. I just need 1 minute to do it. Then we're going to start. Just a second. Here, I will just change something. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. And at around 5:50, I will bring everybody back. Okay, have a good talk. Let's go. If you didn't receive anything, this means you're going to be here with me in the main room. So let's start introducing ourselves. Banda, it's really good to see you here. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Me?
Yes.
I don't have focus today. I'm not.
What happened, Banda? Come on. No, it's okay. It's you. It's you.
Yeah, okay. I'm Wanda. I'm from Niterói, Rio de Janeiro. I'm a dentist. I have 2 cats, and I like it to scuba dive. And yes, I love to learn about Netiquette because it's so important today.
Yes, girl, it is. It is. And it's I don't know why I found this theme, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. I think we talked a lot about it when the pandemic started, right? That everybody was online, but now things are going back, and we are still online. So I think it's important to keep talking about it, right? That's what
Yeah, it's
yeah.
better for environment.
Yes, I agree with you. Thank you so much. Ed, so your turn.
I think the video you showed us, every people should watch it before bedtime.
Yeah. Before bedtime, should watch just to remember, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And who are you, Edson? Share with us.
Well, I'm 27 years old. I'm living currently in São Paulo. I was born in a small city, very far from here, called Guararapes. Is near to Mato Grosso do Sul, near to Araçatuba. For those who lives in Guararapes, Araçatuba, it's a big city. So I got my degree last year, and so I came to this city just to work, and I'm working with financial market, specifically in the Brazil Stock Exchange. And I deal a lot with programming languages like R, SQL, Python. I started this year a master degree in data science, and I'm trying sign up for an MBA in big data.
Well, that's
So
a lot.
I'm in hell. Yeah,
I feel
and
you.
I'm very excited about the subjects I will
Mhm,
have to learn about, and
mhm.
that's it.
Very good. Very good. That's a lot of information about you. I liked it. Really detailed. Thank you so much. I've heard my family was from Aracatuba, not anymore, and it's nice. Very good. Isla, how about you? Share with us who you are.
Hi guys, good afternoon. I'm Ayla. I live in Belém. I live here with my family, my husband, my daughter, and our little dog. My little dog is close to me now. So I'm a public servant, but I'm an English student. I've been studying English for about 2 years since the beginning of the pandemic. And studying English is a challenge for me because I always wanted to learn another language, and Tinti helped me a lot every single day. I'm here on Tinti since last year, and I I hope so in the future to start to learning another language like Spanish maybe.
Yes.
So
We're
that's
pretty soon we're pretty soon having Spanish classes here. I swear. And I have the I have like I have the news, so it's coming like this year, the Spanish classes. So it's going to be nice. I'm really excited about
nice.
it too. I love Spanish. Yeah. Very good. And I am Bruna. I'm 27. I work here on Talk and Talk as an English teacher and also as a community manager. But this is not a class, it's just a talk. So here I am just Bruna, the hostess. Okay. And I think that's it. I live with my family. I like dancing. I like listening to music. And I think that's it about me. I like eating too, going to the gym. These are some of my hobbies. Well, I think now that we already know each other, we can start with the questions. So, first of all, I want to introduce this topic, asking you about the amount of time you spend on the computer. Now that things are getting better, are you working in person or studying in person or just online? How much time do you usually spend on the computer? Edson, can you share with us? Just online, in person?
Okay, considering a normal day, I spend about 10 hours just for work, and it's a lot of hours, I know. And now that I'm studying other stuff, so I should add a few more hours. I think 1 or 2, because I'm studying some tools that I use to do data visualization and data analysis. So probably I should go to a doctor because I should use glasses.
Yes, it's important. And I have mine here. Do I wear them? No. Sometimes, most of the time I'm not wearing. I wear them right now that it's important, yeah. I think I'm just like you, sometimes I spend 12 hours. Like since the time I wake up, I already turn it on. Then I have breakfast and start working. And then sometimes at night I study. I am here on TNT, so around from 10 to 12 for sure. Vanda, you are a dentist, right? So you can spend a lot of time, like you spend
Yeah,
time on the internet, but it's in person, right? How is it for you?
yeah. it's I thought then my job, it's so hard to get in internet. But nowadays, all the radiographies and tomographies came to the computer. And today, in a few hours ago, a patient of mine fell down and broken the bone here and get the mandibula, I don't know in English.
I think it's jaw.
Jaw.
Yeah.
Take the jaw for para trás, for behind. And she getting in a hospital, and I need to talk with her, with another doctor, and we change arguments. We change arguments, no arguments, discussion. We change discussion and images to get better for her surgeon. Yeah, it's dance is in the internet too.
Great. Yeah, and it's interesting because I didn't think about it, but you brought a great point, like then the exams, right? Nowadays it's much easier actually, right? Like you just send
Yeah.
it and it comes faster, right? Like you don't need to
For
wait
pain.
for the patient to take it for you, right?
Yeah, if a patient gets a pain in the tooth, I can prescription, do a prescription for them too by
Great.
internet. It's
That's
all
great.
the jobs,
Yeah.
I think is above
That's true.
internet.
Yeah, very good. Ayla, what about you? I know you are always online here with us. How is it for you?
Yeah, in my case, I use a computer all the time to work and to study and to participate in the meetings online all the time, every day. And nowadays, I continue study only online, and in my work, after the pandemic, I started to work from home as well, and it's totally online. I work with a judicial process, but everything is online, and in my studies as well. So I can't live without a computer and without internet anymore.
Yes. So you do a lot of things online, right? Do you
Yeah.
know like around how many online meetings do you have every day? Do you know a little bit? And I also wanna go to the next question. That is, if you usually get ready before the meetings, and how, like before the classes, like do you usually get ready? Do you take anything, or you just go, and how is it for you?
I just go. I usually just go. I usually I'm not used to get ready for that, because I don't have enough time, and when I have a break, uh, as I have a break at my work, I I I I take advantage of this time for to join in the meeting.
Very good. I liked it. Yes, I feel you. I use it to do it last year, like when I was working at another school. Like I use it to do it too, and it was pretty good. Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. I don't know, guys. Per day, I usually have. I don't know. Like today, I had. I don't know, around 8 meetings already. Like I can count, like almost 8 meetings. So it's a lot of things. Yeah, and how I get ready, just like I don't get too ready. I think it depends on the meeting. If it's a class I have, like I study Spanish, so my notebook is here, like close to me. If I want to go to therapy, that is online too, I have a therapy notebook. So everything is here around me. So if I need it, it's going to be here. So this is how I usually get ready. Things are close to me when I need them, and I have a lot of things. Yeah. Wanda and you said you usually see these exams, and everything, but do you have a lot of meetings, like besides here on TNT?
Yeah, I have meetings with my family because my son lives in USA, and you get together online. My two sons, my grandson, and me and my daughter-in-law, we get in the meeting once a week, for example, to get in touch.
Oh, that's really nice. Very good. It's a great idea, right? Like so that you can update them, they can update you, share the news and everything.
Yeah, it's good for getting touch, getting family.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. That's a great idea.
And today, my son became American. Yeah.
He got the citizenship.
Yeah, today.
That's really nice. That's great news, right?
Yeah. It's a few hours ago, and he is so so enjoyed.
How long has he been living there?
He lives there in 60 years.
Okay, that's good. It's like he went to work and then like started living.
He started he's a computer engineer. He
Mhm.
started to work in Facebook, but he don't like it, and changed movie for Snapchat, and
That's
now she worked there and likes so much.
That's good. Like Snapchat's really famous in another countries, right? We
Yeah,
stopped
here
using
no.
here. Yeah, we stopped using. Very good. That's good. Congrats then for him. That's great news. Thanks
Yeah.
for sharing with us. Yeah, very good. Ed, so and you, how many online meetings do you usually have per day?
Well, besides here, talk and talk, I don't I don't have many meetings per day. Speaking of my job, and I think it's uh, 3 or 4 meetings at most per day, and uh, depending on the meeting, I get ready for 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 the meetings, and mainly if I have to present something for the listeners, and I try to study the topic, or at least knows about what someone will talk to.
Really important, right? If it's a like if you need to present something, you need to be ready, right? Agree with
Yeah.
you. Yeah, very good, very good. Well, and now we're gonna get into the Netiquette rules. Okay. How do you feel when a meeting starts and people don't turn their camera on? Do you usually turn yours? I must confess I'm always with my camera on. If you see me around TNT, my camera is always on. Even if I feel ugly, I try to wear something, I don't know, a cap or a hat, like something to change my hair or wear like something. But I feel it's really important to turn my camera on. And when I am in a meeting and nobody has their camera on, I feel a bit uncomfortable, like I can't see you. I don't know what you're thinking. I think we can express so much on like when the camera is open, you know. But what's your perspective? I know you always have your camera open too. How do you feel it?
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable so much because it's so hard to talk with a number or a word or a figure. I feel so uncomfortable, and for English, it's necessary to see the mouth, and the gesture. I feel totally uncomfortable.
Yes, Felipe always says that opening the camera here is part of fluency, right? Because it's
Yeah,
already hard to express yourself in another language, and like when you have the chance to see how you're doing it, it's a challenge, you know. It's not
yeah.
easy to be with the camera open because like you
I
can see yourself all the time, right?
Yeah, I feel like when I physically talk with a person, and this person don't see my eyes, see for a wall, see for another kind of thing. I feel totally uncomfortable.
I liked it. Yeah, yeah, that was a great, I don't know, connection. How can I say it? Yeah, metaphor, a great metaphor. Yeah, I liked it. Thank you so much. Isla, how do you see it? I want to know your opinion because I know sometimes you have your camera off. Share with us.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. I agree with you. I feel uncomfortable as well, but I I did this, and I've done yet currently, but I can explain. uh, to be honest, before the TNT, I couldn't turn on my camera. So because I don't feel comfortable for that. It was very difficult because when I try to speak in English, people all the time said it's wrong. So I feel uncomfortable to turn on my camera. So after the TNT and during the meetings and during the classes, I feel more comfortable for that. But sometimes, uh, Bruna, no, I I turn off my camera because I I for example, I not in the place it, it's my place is a mess, uma bagunça, or when I just wake up and oh my gosh, my my face is not good. So I decided no, don't turn on my camera. But I when I do this, I don't feel I don't feel good because I know it's important to turn on the camera to interact on other people. It's difficult when the camera is turned off, but
Yes.
I I respect because
Yeah.
sometimes people is no good, is no
Yes.
feel good, and
Mhm. Yeah.
it's
That's
okay,
that's a good
but
point.
it's
Yeah.
not good. But
Yeah.
it's difficult for the process of the language.
Yes. You said
Yeah.
something so nice about confidence. I think it's really related to being confident and to face, like it's hard to face it, right? And when we are speaking, we know we are making mistakes, right? Like we know it's not going to be easy, right? Like when I am saying something, I sometimes know it's not easy, but I'm gonna keep trying, you know. And then seeing you at this way, it's not easy too, right? But I'm glad now you're more comfortable to open the camera, and I really love seeing your faces because it's already so virtual, right? We are already like far from each other, and also it's really good when I can see you, when I can see you. Thank you so much for sharing. It was really really nice. Edson, what about you? How is it for you? Are you always with the camera open?
Well, usually when nobody turns the camera on, I don't I don't turn it on too. And for me, it's okay. Uh, Sometimes I'm sad, I'm stressed, uh, and I and the kind of meeting allows me don't turn the camera on. I think there are some kinds of meetings that I have to turn it on. Some meetings like the meeting with all the employees which who I work with. So I must turn the camera on to share my activities that I'm working, to share if I have some problem, and just to socialize with them. So in these cases, I turn it on. But I think before the pandemic, it was easier to do a meeting face to face and talk with other people.
Yeah.
But during the pandemic, it was weird to turn the camera on. For me, I tend to turn it off.
I feel no, and you said something really nice about the other people. You know, if nobody has their camera on, we tend to not turn it on too. And when the pandemic started, I was in college having online classes, and nobody had their camera on. I was already working online, and as a student, I didn't turn my camera, so it was really frustrating for the professor, you know, because they didn't know if we were there. We wouldn't talk to them to like a big silence. It was really disrespectful, you know. And I know I was part of it, so it's bad.
If nobody turn the camera on, I feel like I'm in front of a mirror speaking.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
it's weird.
Yes, I feel you. I think I got used to it because of the classes, but I totally feel you. Yeah. Very good. Let's go to the next one then. I'm gonna skip some questions here. Let's go to number 5 about being on time. Are you usually late for meetings? When getting late to a meeting, do you think it's a good idea to barge in on and go in conversation and announce the arrival, or like interrupt to say, I'm sorry? What is the best thing to do when you are late? You know, like how, like, should we interrupt? Should we say, we are sorry? What should we do? I want to start from you. What do you think?
So sometimes I I I get late on the meetings, and but when it's happening with me, I try to enter totally silent. Uh, at least if the host it's alone, and I say, oh, sorry, I'm late. But when it's happy, in general, I try don't bother the meeting. I think it's no good. So I try to be silent, and unless I write in the chat about my late, if, for example, in my work, and I say I'm sorry, and that's it.
That's a great idea, sending a message in the chat, right? Well, sorry, I'm late. That's a great one. I haven't thought about it. Really good. I try not to be late too. Sometimes when I have like a class and a meeting in a row, it's difficult because I get some minutes late to go from one link to another. But I think most of the time I try to be on time, you know. I don't like if the meeting starts at 5, I want to start it at 5, you know. If the class starts at 9, I like to start it at 9. There are some guys who like to wait like 1 or 2 minutes. No, I like to be on time. You know, even online, I think it's important. How do you see it, Wanda? I know you're usually on time, and share with
Yeah.
us.
I'm a punctual person. In my office too, I mark a person for a hour, a time, and in time I start to get a consulta. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
appointment, yeah.
yeah. I am a punctual person, and I like be like that.
It's important, yeah. I always tell this story because a friend once told me, if you schedule something with someone, the other person is going to be waiting for you at the time, right? So it talks a lot about responsibility, right? Of course, there are some days we can't, you know, but
It's
if you are late,
respectful.
yeah, it's about
Respectful.
respect. Yeah, it's about
Yeah,
respect. Very good.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Edson and you.
As I am an anxious person, I tend not to be late for meetings and every kind of meeting. So, for example, in my childhood, there was a clock on the wall, and this clock was always 15 minutes. Uh, how can I say adiantado?
Early.
Early, yes. He was always 15 minutes early for everybody in the house not to arrive late in the meetings. So the people who who go to my house, and they thought that was bizarre and funny, weird, something like that. I agree today. Uh, but when I am late to a meeting, I I try to say sorry and stay quiet, and at the end I can ask for what was said before I get online.
Very good. Let me. I was thinking of something here. Nowadays, do you still do it with any clock or not anymore? Like in your house, in your life, you know, do you still change it?
Not anymore. And but my mother and my father, they do it until today.
Very good. Yeah, no, and it's interesting because like what I would do I know the clock is 15 minutes early, so I will start the thing 15 minutes, like at the, like, let's suppose the meeting is at 8. I will start at 8:15, so that I know actually it's 8. Got it? Like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it would be helpful for me, I don't know, but it's an idea. I've heard about it already. Very good. I was like taking a look at the questions, and I want to talk to you about question number 8. Let's talk about the Zoom background. Do you worry about your background? What can a background talk about a person? I don't know your opinion about it. I always have my background blurred, because I think it's good. Like, if my bed is messy, no one can see it. If there is something on the bed, nobody can see it too. So I usually keep it like blurred, my camera blurred. But I don't know. I think a background, depending on the person, can say they are organized, or they like to read, right? I think, or they like art. I don't know. I think it really depends on the thing we can see behind. What do you think about it, Wanda? Share with us. Do you worry about yours?
I usually to put blur too in my background for mess, for many things in this room. And but I think it's so funny when I see space and forest. I thought it's so good. It's so good. It's funny. And
Yes,
talk
it's
about the
interesting.
person because it's a choice. I just stay in Paris. I put a tour, Eiffel tour here. It's good. It's fun.
Or like sometimes the background is at the beach, right? Like,
Yeah, a beautiful beach, a waterfall.
yes, it's interesting.
Jefferson used to put in space.
Yeah, he's always with this one. Yes, with this thing. Very good. Yes, that's true. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing. Ayla, share with us. Do you worry about your background? How is it for you?
I think I worried a little bit. I usually when I remember I put my camera back as well. You and Vanda, but I think I worried when more when there are people behind me, and I know they don't appear in the camera, so I worried when it's happening, uh, especially in my house and my family is behind me. So they said, "Wow, I I don't I don't see no I don't appear." Yeah, so I worried about it, and I try to go to the bathroom or another place where there is no people behind me. Yeah.
Good. Yes, you brought something nice, like a nice idea, because it's good to use the blur, because like if someone like walks behind us, we like nobody can see it, right? This is a good point. Yeah, but Linda said like something really nice, no, because I can see her weights there, and I thought, oh, that's so nice, these weights. I wish I could have this in my house too, like that's really nice. So I think it talks something about her, right? She's like probably communicating us she likes to work out, or that someone in her household likes to work out. So it's really, really nice. Very good. Like Edson has some books behind him. So I thought, this guy is really smart. He likes to read, Share with us, Edson. Do you worry about it? How is it for you?
Well, before class, I was reading the questions and I saw number 8, and I thought, oh my God, my books behind me are a mess, all my stuff. So I tried to configure Zoom, but I couldn't. So I gave up on it, and for me now it's okay. But when I am working, we use Teams for communicate to each other, uh, and I can easily change the background to an unfocused one, and I prefer that way.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing. But I didn't notice it was like messy, just that you like to read, so I would, like, that's what I thought when I saw it. Very good. I think we can go straight to the last one. That is number 9. It was really hard creating the question, but I thought about this one because we usually have some hard times at meetings. So have you ever been in a meeting that nobody said anything and didn't answer the host? How did you feel? How can we deal in these moments, when there is someone and like nobody answers, there is a silence, like, and the host is there like trying to make like trying to interact, how can we deal with it? Ayla, can you share with us?
Oh, poor host, poor, poor host when that's happening. So it's very difficult, you know. Uh, but I think people don't do the purpose. I think when people don't don't know what to say, and but it's difficult because everything is very silent, very quiet, and I think, oh my gosh, what what are you just say? Yeah. So, but I think I try to, I don't know in English. I try to change with the host, position the host, and I think I wouldn't like this. I feel very uncomfortable, and I think, oh, I think people don't like me, or people
Yes.
don't understand nothing what
Yes.
I I to say, I to teach here. So
Yes.
it's hard. It's hard.
Yes. And this like usually happens in the I know sometimes you guys are in the breakout rooms here, right? So sometimes it can happen to like weird silence, right? Like nobody saying anything. And then like someone needs to, oh guys, let's start with the first one. I don't know, like just to see if like
Yeah.
the talk starts. It's really, really weird. Like if you are with me in the breakout room, I will usually guide because I feel uncomfortable, with this silence. I'm usually the leader in the other rooms, just because I don't like silence like too much. I think it's uncomfortable.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I get
uh
it.
Wanda, how is it for you? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree totally. In the breakout room, for a few seconds, had this weird silence. It's so uncomfortable. I start to talk, and I'm Wanda, I introduce myself and I start the meeting because I feel like you, Bruna. I feel like you. It's so weird and uncomfortable. Silence is so good, but in another place, another environment, not
Good
here.
point. You said something nice. Silence is good, but not here. And this is something we've been working in the trainings here, because when you are hosting a meeting, you can't be in silence for a long time, right? Like people are expecting you to say something, right? So
Yeah.
it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Thank you so much for sharing, Wanda. I'm good. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one. And now you're on with the cameras open after this talk about netiquette. Now from now on, I want to see like everybody following the netiquette rules. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I want to know from you, Eliander, how was the conversation? Share with us.
Hey, good to see you again. A great conversation. It was very good. It's very relaxed conversations, and I like this.
Okay, very
Very
good.
good.
I want to know from you, number 10, if there is any netiquette that you think you still need to improve, to work on, or you think you're following a good way, opening the camera, being on time. What do you think?
Arrive in time. Time in my job is difficult because have people who have many tasks and layer, and that's it.
Okay, that's good. No, yeah. So it's good to know you know it, and you want to improve it. That's important. Vinicius, I want to know from you, what do you still need to work on? Is there anything?
Can you repeat, please?
Of course. Number 10, what netiquette rule do you think you still need to work on? Like about the camera, the
Oh,
background, or the noise, maybe? Is there
maybe maybe the background. I'm a lot of my meetings, for example, I always let my camera turn on. So maybe the background it don't always be so good, for example. So I think that this will be more better, I think. And the quality of my camera maybe don't be so good too. So this small things that I will can better maybe. I think that's this.
I think your camera and your background are great, actually, like there isn't anything special, but it's just basic. So don't worry about it. Your camera is great too. I don't see any problem. It's perfect. And your camera is open. We can hear and we can see you. For me, it's perfect, it's all good.
So
Yeah.
this isn't a problem.
Definitely not. Like, I think a problem might be when the background, I don't know, when there is a lot of people, when it's like distracting, but I think in general it's okay if it's just books or if it's a mess. I don't see a lot of problem. Yeah, let's hear from Leonardo now. Leo, can you tell me, I want to ask you question number 4. Do you think the camera should be always open?
Yeah, I prefer to having the camera open, but I also understand that sometimes people don't want to have the camera on or open because different kind of reasons. For example, when I have a meeting very early, I don't want to open my camera because I'm trying to pay attention on the meeting and also having a breakfast at the same time when the meeting is very early. Or for example, when I am at home and my wife is passing behind me, lots of times that sometimes I try to turn off my camera, but when I can choose, I really prefer to have the camera all the time online.
Very good.
Open.
Me too. Yeah, yes, very good. I'm going to ask Jack the last one. Jack, I want to know from you question number 7. We are usually doing a lot of things at the same time, right? How can we avoid these tasks, a lot of these things disturbing us during meetings? How can we focus on just one thing?
I think to avoid disturbing during our meeting, I think we must to stay concentrated in the conversation that we had having, because we discuss this question in our meeting, because sometimes I speak with some friends that they do many things at the same time. They make calls in cell phone, they attend calls, they speak with children, they speak with wife, they speak with sometimes with other friends, they write, they see meanings of words in the Google Translator. They made same things at the same time, and this disturbing all the conversation.
Very good, very good. Yeah, that's true. It's really bad. I don't like it either. Guys, I have two things to share with you. The first one is today is the last day for you to share your question about a device. Next meeting on Friday at 5, we're gonna have a collaborative immersion. So I asked some of you to share questions about a device here in the photo. Okay, so you just have to go to the website, click here in Área de Membros, and go to Imersão Colaborativa. And then you can share your question here. Ayla has already sent hers. So thank you so much, Ayla. We have some other things here. If you want to, today is the last day to do it. So you can be here in the meeting next week with a question you wrote. Okay, so you are more than welcome to collaborate.
Each one made one question, Bruna. Each
yes.
one?
Yes. Okay. Then next week I will use your questions about a device. This is the topic. Okay, so you can write anything you want. Okay.
Can it be different issues?
Yes. It can. You choose. Like you don't need to follow. You just need to follow the topic. Okay, about a device, but you can choose the question you want about it.
Okay.
Very good. So you're more than invited to collaborate here. And the last thing is that in 1 hour at 7, we're having our happy hour. So you're all more than welcome. I know Edson is new here. Eliander too. Vinicius, I think it's new too. Leo is also new. So you are more than welcome to join us. You can grab some drinks, some food, and join us there. Okay, Ayla, Jack, and Wanda, you're also welcome, of course. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to go, but today the night I'm going to have a commitment.
Okay, no problem at all. It's okay. And you can also send your feedback in the link here if you want to. Okay.
Okay.
Now time is over. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great
Thank
night.
you.
Have